Hi, today I'm gonna show you how to knit this sundress. Let's get started. Cast on, multiple of 2 plus 1. I made 171 cast on. Make sure this will be big enough for your hip. Connect both ends. Before you connect both ends, make sure every cast on are not twisted. And this project, knitting from bottom to top. Good thing about this sundress, you can adjust length. Longer for tall, shorter for little kids, something like that. Or you can skip the skirt part and make it tank top. I am showing a little tip to avoid the jog. You can take the one stitch, then slip the first stitch over. If you don't like this method, just skip, which means your cast on should be multiple of 2. Prep row. As you can see, you do row 1 to row 3. Also, I add 2 markers for beginning and mid marker. After the prep row, you will keep knitting and knitting until you hit your hip line. Depend on your desired length. I made about 100 rows, which is 13.5 inches from the bottom to reach my hip line. Now you start decreasing for your waist line. If you're knitting for your kids and you don't want to make waist, you just keep knitting. Decreasing both right side and left side, also both front and back with same method. Decrease row 1. Okay, that's my beginning marker. Knit 1 to start, then SSK, slip, slip, knit, which is 1 decrease. Then knit until last 3 stitch before the mid marker. Then knit 2 together and knit 1. Right there, that's the mid marker. there it comes. 3 stitch, then knit 2 together, then knit 1, then slip the marker, then do exactly same thing. Knit 1, then SSK, and knit until last 3 stitch before the beginning marker, then knit 2 together, then knit 1. Please follow my written instruction. After second decrease in 12 rows, I knitted it about 22 rows. Then the lengths come just underneath of my bust. Then now you start increasing for your bust, but again, if you're knitting for your kids, you don't need the bust part. You just keep knitting straight. Increasing row number 1. Knit 1 to start. Knit 1 there. Then make 1 left there with that running thread. Pick up the running thread like that and use the back of yarn. Then knit 1. There we go. Then knit until last stitch before the mid marker. Here comes last 3, but just knitting last 2. Then make 1 right. Use the running thread. Pick up the running thread from the back like that. Then knit 1 there. Then you have 1 last stitch. Just knit 1. Then slip the marker, and again you do exactly same thing. Knit 1 to start, then make 1 left using the running thread like that. Then knit until last 1 stitch before the beginning marker. Then make 1 right. Then knit 1. After this, please follow my written instruction. I have done increasing, and length should be long enough to cover your chest. Count stitches. I have 77 stitch each for front and back. So 77 divided by 4 is 19.25. So the front and back opening should be 19 stitches each. Then 77 minus 19 divided by 2 equal 29. That's for the arms. Preparation for strap. Row number 1. Knit 2 first neck marker. According to my calculation, it's gonna be 29 stitches you have to knit. Knitting end of the first arm part. once you hit the marker, you can actually remove it. And within the neck opening, you will have to bind off every stitches within that marker, which means 19 stitches you have to bind off according to my calculation. And by the way, after the mid marker, it's gonna be back side, and you do exactly same thing. And now you did the last one, but the one on your right needle is the last one you have to bind off. So please be careful. Okay? Then knit until mid marker, and according to my size, there's gotta be 29 stitches. Row number 2, RT, right, left, RT, right, and RS, right side, wrong side, right side. So after the beginning marker, you bind off 3 stitches. Knit 2, then 1 stitch over. This is the first bind off, and 2 more bind off. Then after 3 bind off, you knit last 2 stitches. Last 2 stitch means just before the neck bind off opening. Then knit 2 together. It's a little bit complicated, but you will see. Ended up you get used to, and you know what I'm talking about. And here comes last two stitch, then knit 2 together. After this, there's the neck opening. So you pull the needle. Then now you do the left side and right side, which is knitting side. You have to join the yarn, the new ball of yarn. Then you do SSK, slip, slip, knit. It's a little bit tricky there because you have to, use the new ball of yarn as well. And it's a little bit tight. Then after SSK, you knit until end. Now we just have to knit front piece. Then after you make the strap for front piece, you start back piece. Okay, so you're not knitting around anymore. Now, preparation for strap, row number 3. Right side, then wrong side. Bind off 3 with purl method. Okay? purl 2, then pass in 1 stitch over, then purl again and second bind off. After 3 bind off, purl to last 2 stitch, then SSP, which is slip slip purl. Here comes last 2 stitch, and slip slip purl is slip knitwise slip, and one more time knitwise slip. Then those 2 stitches you put 2 back on to the left needle. Then this is tricky, go around the back of 2 stitches like that. Tricky. Then I slipped the needle out. Then right needle has to be come out front to the left needle, just like that. Then make purl. This is the slip slip purl technique. Now left side of row number 3. Easy. P2 together, purl 2 together first, then purl to end. That's it. After this, please follow my written instruction. Now you're done decreasing around neck. It's enough decreasing except the arm part, so you only decrease around arm. Please follow my written instruction. Row 1, knit 1 to start, then SSK, then knit to end. That's the right side. And left side, knit until last 3 stitch, then knit 2 together and knit 1. Then row number 2 will be all purl. And you have to repeat row 1 and row 2 total of 3 times. After that, right side all knit, wrong side all purl. until your desired length, then cast off. But you have to do exactly same thing for the back piece, so please count how many row you knit, so you don't really have to worry about for the back piece. I knitted it about 4 inches. I think 4-5 inches, 36 rows total. Then again, once you have enough strap length, you just have to cast off. After front piece done, you start doing same thing for your back piece, and starting on the prep row 2. Once back piece is done, put the strap right side together, then sew them. That's about it. Enjoy knitting!